Wait, what's your problem? Wait.
What? All right. Intimidation. Intimidation is something that I wanted to talk about for a long time because it's something that is obviously very relevant to self-defense, but it's also relevant to everyday life. You know, someone doesn't actually have to be a physically aggressive person in order to make the attempt at being aggressive. Um, Intimidation is something that's present in many walks of life. It's very present in a lot of working environments. It's present, unfortunately, in some people's homes. It's basically everywhere. And how you deal with that depends on how you actually approach it yourself. How do you actually approach intimidation? Because let's be honest, nobody actually really wants to get into a physical altercation if they don't have to. Most people don't, and I can understand why. Because for all I, the person trying to intimidate you could be someone who's actually close to you, and they've someone with some problems, some personal problems, and they're just lashing out. But you have to actually take into account what kind of effect this could have on you. What kind of effect could this have on you, and how can this determine the outcome of a fight? So, first off, the first mistake that an awful lot of people make when they feel that they're being intimidated is that they tend to shrivel up. They tend to actually shrivel up a little bit. So this person is actually being intimidating towards me, and this is a huge mistake. This kind of shrugged up posture is a mistake because psychologically you're only indicating to this person that they have the upper hand. That's not a good way to start. How do you break that cycle? Well, first thing is something that people talk about a lot, which is eye contact. Now, I should be actually making eye contact with this person, but making eye contact with the person does not guarantee that you're going to see what's coming. If the person's actually really close to you, and this person's right here in your face, I mean, what's going to happen? I can't see anything other than his eyes. If he's actually a clever guy, we're actually in here. There's multiple ways that he can actually hit me. So, how do I deal with that? Well, the first thing is, once you've made eye contact, keep your posture. Keep your posture and maintain a healthy distance. How do you do that? You put your hands up. The person's coming in, and my hands are up. Not only can I actually see this, not only will I actually be able to see, indicate to this person that I'm not afraid, but I'll also be able to see what is potentially coming. I can see his shoulders. The shoulders are actually a great indicator of what someone's about to do, because the majority of people, when they're preparing to throw a shot, you'll see a certain amount of movement in the upper body. I need to be conscious of that. So I stand up straight, I look the person in the eye, and if this person comes in with a shot, I'm ready for it. Keeping the hands up. Always keep the hands up. Keeping the hands up are actually a great indicator that you are prepared to defend yourself. If I'm actually here, as opposed to being here, it basically, one thing, it actually keeps me guarded. So when the person does throw in a shot, at least I have some element of defense ready to go. Now, by the way, I'm not actually saying that you can't actually hit from your hands being in a lower position. Of course you can. I can take the groin, I can take the shot into the solar plexus. There's multiple things that I can do. I can uppercut. There's plenty of things that I can do from here. But in my experience, it's always safer to have the hands up. Keep the hands up. Look the person in the eye. And most importantly, find your stance. Find your stance. Whatever your stance may be, whatever art you practice, find your stance. Ground yourself. Because even with just a small gesture of movement, i.e. this person actually pushes me, if I don't actually have the correct stance, well, what that's going to indicate to me, all that's going to do is guarantee that this person is going to find it much easier to knock me off balance. So find your stance. Find your stance. Find your stance. Stand up straight. Look this person in the eye and be conscious of what's happening here in the upper body. Be very conscious of it, because, as I said, if this is actually someone that you don't know, I don't actually know what abilities this person has. So I've got to be ready for it. Stand up straight. Keep the hands up. Standing with good posture actually indicates to this person psychologically that you are not afraid. And it will also give you an advantage because you'll be ready. He starts throwing in shots. I'm ready to fire. So keep that in mind. As I said, intimidation actually can be seen in a lot of different environments. It's not something that anybody should ever be subjected to, but it is something that's present nonetheless. So the best advice that I can give someone who actually may be being bullied, whether it be in the schoolyard, whether it be in the workplace, the best indication that you can actually give to someone to let them know that you're actually not afraid would be to basically look them straight in the eye, stand up straight, and physically indicate to them that there is no need for them to be aggressive. So, once again, he's here, he's in my face. Wait a minute, what are you doing? What are you doing? Calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. Please keep that in mind. And look, we hope that this information was useful. And please consider clicking the subscribe button below. If there's any questions you have about martial arts or self-defense, please don't hesitate to leave a comment below. We'll do our very best to actually answer it in good time. And we'll see you again soon.